Welcome back to the Smith and Burke Show. He's Smith and I'm Burke.
It's true.
Today we have our special guest, Brandon Zetina. So Brandon and I actually met in Los Angeles.
Nice job.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy actually.
Actually, not to interrupt, Santa Monica is not Los Angeles.
Okay, I did not know that. Santa Monica, why were you there?
Okay, so actually, funny enough, I bought this the same day. So I went to go see.
It's actually crazy.
So I went to go see Harry Styles, right? I bought some tickets. So when we met, that was January 28th or something like that. And I had bought tickets to Harry Styles back in like November, probably early December.
This is like 2023.
2023 is when we met, and then when I bought the tickets a few months ago, it was late 2022.
Okay, sure.
So, yeah, I bought the tickets. I was supposed to go with the girl that I was talking to at the time, and then things went south very fast. Things went very wrong very quick. So I ended up going alone. And
did you sell the ticket?
No, I honestly I told her like, yo, it's yours. Like if you want to. So we had a real big argument, and then I was being a jerk, and so then I told her, like, look, okay, granted, I was supposed to drive us to the airport, and she was like, oh, my friend's going to drive me, and I'm like, but I'm going there too, like, can I just drive both of us, you know? And then she wanted her friend to drive her or whatever, and what was I going on about?
We were talking about why you were in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're different places.
Different places.
Yeah. So, and then I ended up going alone, right? That's
right.
what I was trying to get at.
Right.
For some reason, I forgot about that. I ended up going alone. I went to the Santa Monica Pier, just being a tourist. I had my hotel in Inglewood. And, I made the trip out to Santa Monica, and I was playing piano.
Yeah.
And Zach just sees me play. I've never seen this guy before. Maybe I have, and I just don't. Maybe we don't even know. Maybe we have seen each other before. We don't even know.
Yeah, but we're in California.
Right? Yeah. We're on the Santa Monica Pier. I'm playing piano because there's this pop artist that his promo at the time. I guess he put a piano on the pier. It's Golden Hour by Jake. Yeah. Jake's the artist. And he put a piano there for the public to play or whatever. And I was just playing, jamming along, and I was like singing Creep and Radiohead. That's the same thing. Creep. I was singing, whatever. I was singing.
Yeah.
And this guy comes up, Zach, and he's just like, hey, you sound pretty good. You want to jam? So we just started jamming. And then after like 20 minutes, half hour at jamming, Zach's like, where are you from? And I'm like, Illinois. Where are you from? Illinois. Low-key, I was kind of off-put. I was like, okay, like, that's awesome. Well, I wasn't put off when he said Illinois, but I was put off when he said, or I think I mentioned the Quad Cities first.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm from there. And I'm like, sure you are, buddy. Like you're lying.
It's so funny you say this because as you started talking, it sparked this memory of talking to him on the phone and him telling me, like, yeah, I was in Santa Monica. I was on the pier. This guy was just playing the piano. I just walk up and talk to him. Yeah. It turns out he's like from the Quad Cities. He's like in the same area. So I was like, and I wasn't even surprised at that point.
Yeah.
Like with how Zach is, it's funny to hear you say the same thing, and it sparks this memory of like, I remember that exactly. I remember you telling me when that happened.
I told so many people that story.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, here we are. Like, you can't go anywhere with me without me bringing it up. So.
I mean, I called a few people right after you left because I called my mom, I called my cousin, and I called my friend. Yeah, I mean, I called 3 people. Like, I just met somebody from around the Quad Cities because I mean, he's from
No, I'm from the. I'm from the area. Yeah, from the area.
Man, what's the name of your city again, bro?
It's called Prophetstown.
Okay. My bad, bro.
So, no, it's all
been there one time.
I know, and it's out there. It's out there. Like, I say Quad Cities, but to be honest, I'm not really from the Quad Cities, you know. From a
May as
very,
well be, bro.
from a very small town. I just it was like you either go to Sterling Rock Falls, no offense, Sterling Rock Falls, or you go to the Quad Cities. I mean, the Quad Cities are the Quad Cities, but it's a little more than Sterling Rock Falls.
I think I could live in Sterling Rock Falls. I'd still be going to the Quad Cities.
You know, I hear people do it.
For real.
I hear people do it. I know people that work in the Quad Cities who live in Sterling Rock Falls, not by choice.
People make the commute.
Yes.
I'm shocked at the commute some people make every day.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do over 30 minutes. I don't think.
There was this person, I think it was this girl in my school when I was in high school, and like in Prophetstown, and her dad worked in Chicago, and they lived in Prophetstown, so he'd make the commute. I don't know if he'd like stay up there a couple of nights a week.
Yeah,
I sure hope
But
so.
it was insane. That was like 2018, 2019, so that was right before the world went remote.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure he was happy when that finally happened. But yeah, so yeah, he was playing piano. Told me he's from you pulled out your driver's
Yeah,
license.
I had to because I had to prove it. Like
Yeah.
this is dope. Like I put out my driver's license and I just handed it to him. He looked at it and said, "Yeah." He said Rock Island on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in Moline, but long story. We'll get to why my ID says Rock Island. But yeah.
Did you believe him? Because he obviously didn't believe you, but you've met so many
Yeah.
people from so many places.
I
I
was-
assume you didn't probably question it.
I thought it was crazy. I'll say that. I definitely thought it was crazy because I was freaking out. He was freaking out, and then he showed me his ID.
For about 2 minutes, I was like,
Yeah.
kind of like, this dude trying to kidnap me.
and then I think my exact words were, "No way, bro."
No way, bro.
I think that's what I said. But yeah, and I mean, like you were a very talented piano player. I remember I was like, this guy can play, this guy can sing. And then you told me you were in town for that concert.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, well, if you make music, we should link up back home. And we're like, yeah, totally. I think
Yeah.
that's when we shared our Spotify's and Instagram.
And everything, yeah.
Yeah. And then I heard your music and I was like, what the heck?
And that
Like-
was the old stuff too.
Yeah.
That was the old stuff too.
Yeah. And that was before Runaway
Yeah,
came out.
that was before Runaway.
Yeah.
That was before Runaway.
When Runaway came out, though, that was next level. Even for you,
Thank you,
I
man.
think
Thank
that
you,
was
man.
next level.
So I actually wrote that song about the girl that I was supposed to go to this concert with. Actually.
Okay.
Man.
Runaway. It could have, yeah.
So
It should have been called "Let's Just Carpool."
let's just start with the song. Yeah, the song should. I will say though, I actually had inspiration for that song from Bruno Mars' "Runaway." Not Runaway Baby is what the song's called. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you.
Okay,
Yeah, stuff
Bruno
like that.
Mars. Yeah, your sounds
Not Kanye West.
That's fine.
No, I'm just saying that because I think when we talk about my song "Runaway," I feel like you and I think my cousin, and because I say pretty similar lyrics, because I mean my cousin's a big Kanye fan, he probably thinks that I got the inspiration from. Well, of course, I love that song by
Right.
Kanye. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's the first time I've ever connected those two in my head.
They have they talk about the same stuff, and they have the same name. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big Kanye fan too. Not to out myself like that, but that's so funny. Like now that you say that, I can new thumbnail. That's how, I can hear it. Like I can hear the similarities now.
Baby.
Yeah, I was just playing it for Caleb before you came. Actually, I was like, you got.
Where is it though? Even I can't find that song.
Dude,
I
it's, on,
deleted
it's on
it.
Apple Music now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Man,
it's on Apple Music.
I need to get Apple Music. They have a bunch of stuff that
Yeah,
that I can't find on Spotify, and vice versa. You know,
yeah,
Spotify stuff that you can't find on Apple Music and stuff.
yep. It's so. I feel like now that we live in the age of unlimited music,
Yeah.
like where you can just look up anything.
Right.
It's becoming so like coveted for me to find bands that aren't online.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I'm like,
Yeah.
man, like now, like it just makes it cooler
Yeah.
if it's not online and I can like find it. Like
It's probably not that common anymore, is
it's hard. I
it?
mean,
It's
you can
too
usually
easy.
if it's
Yeah.
not on streaming, you can usually find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's every now and then I'll find something. Like I have like a CD from like like one of the teachers from high school had made, and like that's not on the internet yet, to my knowledge.
There's
I should upload it.
well, it's just gonna be super rare because bands. I mean, for example, if I want to start a band, I want my stuff to be out. And for people to start a band and not really care if their stuff is out or not, that takes a lot of pride in their work, and also an indifference to like making a career out of it. And everybody wants to make a career out of music. You know what I mean? So you really have to have some big cojones to start a band with like-minded people and be like, we're just not going to put the stuff out.
Right.
Like, we just do it because we like doing it.
For the love of the game.
And sure, of course, yeah, for the love of the game. And it's like, you're not going to find that many people. When I lived in LA, there was a character. I forgot his name, but we called him Bob Dylan because he went in with his harmonica headpiece and a guitar,
Oh,
and
Jesse
he played
Wells.
at he played at every open mic that I went to. Every open mic that I went to, I'd see him there, and he was a cool guy. And so, like, me and my friends asked him, like, "Hey, where's your music?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't post anything. I don't have social media." And this dude's like, he looks young, but he doesn't look too young. So he'd probably be like 34, maybe 33, 36, probably too old for him. He's definitely around that area, like 32, 33.
Mid-30s, yeah.
And it's like, that's cool. This dude just, every week, every open mic, he's just always doing this.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about social media. He has no social media. He doesn't post his music. He doesn't promote himself. He just likes going up there and singing.
Yeah.
And he was good.
That's awesome.
He was great, man.
That's like the real Bob Dylan.
That's rare. Yeah, it's rare to find.
You know,
find those people.
I was just telling, I was in Michigan with doing this political canvassing thing, and I met this girl there, and she, like, we were just talking about music because other people were talking about, I just had that single come out, and so they were talking about that song coming out, and she's like, yeah, I play piano, but I don't really like perform or record it or do anything.
Yeah.
And I honestly got a little jealous.
Yep.
Because I was like, putting this song out, it's so stressful to like get everything together, to like get the production right, get the studio time, get the players in there, get the promotion done, get the artwork done, like get it distributed right, and all that. Like, it's just such a headache.
Everything.
And then you're like, okay, now if I just stop, it goes away and nobody
Yeah.
listens to it. So once you get on, you can't get off. Otherwise, everything you did is in vain. And so
Or
to
at
hear
least you
her,
think.
right,
Yeah.
right. But just to hear her be like, yeah, I don't really do anything. I just like to play music. I was like, I remember standing in front of, like, I'm just going to use an analogy, standing in front of that line in the sand and being like, all right, this is going to be more than a hobby. You
Yeah.
know, this is going to be a little bit more than like just something I do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to put so much work into this, and it's just, yeah, I envied that. I told her, I was like, you're like in the best place you can be with music. I was like, don't don't take that for granted. Don't feel like you're not doing enough.
I'm very jealous of those people.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I'm not going to lie. There was a moment in time when I first started making music where I was really starry-eyed about it. I wasn't starry-eyed about making a career out of it. I wasn't starry-eyed about money. I wasn't starry-eyed about getting signed or this or that. I was starry-eyed about the process, sitting in my room,
Yeah.
the lights off, sitting there 10 hours on a song that in a week I'll be like, this is very bad. And I learned so much in these past 7 days that now I just need to like work on a new song that will sound better because I learned
So much.
Yeah, I learned so much in the past 7 days back when I was like 19 or 20 years old. And that song that I spent a few days on, a few weeks on, whatever, it's just buried in a hard drive in a laptop somewhere in my closet.
Wow.
And I just did it for the love of the game. And I am jealous of those people that do that because they're still starry-eyed about the process. And not to say that I won't be again. It's just that ever since I decided for myself to be like, I want to make this a career someday, it's honestly, the enjoyment has gone downhill. Downhill very fast. Downhill very fast.
They say, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. But if you work on what you love, you'll never love anything. You'll destroy everything you loved.
It's hard to love work.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's not to say that, yeah. It's just, they know. They know.
So, I mean, I have like 30, 40 songs in a hard drive from my old stuff when I was like really, when I just gotten into, I mean, music production, right? And
You know,
all that stuff is just not, it's nowhere near as good as it is now, but I had so much fun making it,
yeah.
you know?
And you learned a lot too. I
So
assume.
much. I had to get through that
Right.
to get to where I am now, and like my skills or
I mean,
whatever, you know.
listening to your production, like it's very apparent to me that you definitely had those months, those
Thank you.
years of just
Thank you.
like tweaking and fine tuning. Like
Yeah.
I remember I went over to your house. We just recorded some slop, that one time, and I was just impressed
fun.
with the setup because like there are so many people that have studios, and I'll go and we'll just like jam or record or something, and it takes us a while to just kind of get going and find the tones we want and what we're doing, just because like we're kicking it. But like I showed up and you were just like, you had all of these like pre-saves, and like you like knew exactly, like I'd say, like you asked me like what kind of song do you want to make, and then you're just ready to go. Like you just have that system in place. It was just, it's very impressive.
And at the time, my studio setup that we worked in, so literally at the time, this is summer 2024. Yeah, summer 2024. Zach came over. Nobody was home because my parents were off on vacation in Florida. So I wanted to use this big screen downstairs in the living room to play games. So I brought my gaming PC down there, and all my speakers and everything, my subwoofer.
Yeah, the living room was a studio.
Yeah, we were in the living room, bro. And it was just me and you. And of course, I brought my guitars and music gear, interfaces and all that down there. And I am a no BS person when it comes to writing music. I'm let's get the idea down first, and then worry about tone, worry about how to mix it, worry about this, worry about that. That's how I write. I don't know if you've heard the Palm Springs demo.
Yes.
It's so like, it's cool, right? Like it's a seed to what my song Palm Springs became. But it sounds, audio quality, it sounds so bad. It sounds very, very bad, but the idea was there.
Yeah.
And that's how I write music. I literally just press record, and I'm just strumming, singing, writing ideas, and I record the whole session, and then I kind of Frankenstein. I like this part from what I did here. I didn't really like this part. I like these few minutes of me jamming, and then I like these few minutes at the end, and I'll stitch them together into a song. And when I know that I want it to be a song, because when you're just doing demos, you don't really know if you want it to be a song, because you might be like, oh, it's cool, but is it that cool? Am I gonna waste 30 hours recording this just to be like, oh, this is garbage, you know? But when I feel it, it's just a feeling that I know I want this to be a song. That's when I get like really scientific on the computer and everything. That's when, okay, now we record. The song isn't even done, like I'm not even done writing it, but we're gonna go ahead and record it, like actually record it and make it an actual song. And then the instrumental usually gets done first, or at least the bare bones of it. And then I fill in the lyrics that I don't have for verses or whatever chorus or bridge that I want. So I literally already kind of know when I know that I'm starting a song to actually record it. I kind of know what it sounds like. It's like just in my brain, like I know what it's like. I just need to find my way on the computer to get there, and with the guitar and stuff. So sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my process is very unique, and I think it's almost disingenuous, to be honest, because
Wild.
to be honest, I'm a kid playing with Mega Blocks, Legos, or the really big Lego thingy, plastic thing, you know that?
Duplo.
Yeah,
Legos.
Duplo, yeah, Duplo. I'm a kid with
We know.
Duplo. Heck yeah. And I'm just sitting there, and I like this one. I'm put it on here, and instead of being kind of like an artiste, like a really passionate musician, that I guess what I'm trying to say is that I have a very unique way of working that to a degree seems disingenuous as a musician, because I have a lot of cuts in my recordings and I copy and paste a lot.
I don't think that's disingenuous. I feel like that's just the modern.
I think
art.
that's right. I think that's my way of working. But some people will literally sit there and record
That's true.
the bass line
Yeah.
600 times
And they
trying to get it
can't.
perfect.
Yeah, they can, but then like
I just like
Doesn't sound-
finishing things
yeah.
now, you know?
So I have a question. So I'm not a big music guy.
Huh.
I don't listen to I don't listen to a lot of music. But he played me a little bit before you got here, and and even I could tell there was very, very good production quality in it.
Thank you.
And I was just curious, would you consider yourself like completely self-taught? Did you like learn off YouTube tutorials? Did you have somebody who mentored you, or would you just say you just sat down and was like, I'm gonna learn this, and you just did it through trial and error through those 30 songs that are sitting in your closet?
I'm definitely self-taught. I tried to go the YouTube route. I don't have the patience to watch
So real.
an hour video on.
Some
I just don't. I really do wish I had that patience, but my mind starts wandering and then wandering. You know what I mean? And I just figured when I learned, because technically I started production when I was like 13 or 14, because my cousin actually he let me borrow his laptop. And on his laptop, I illegally got FL Studio, and I learned on that. And
That's a crazy.
and
interface to
because
just learning.
I started at 14 as a hobby, by the time I got to 18, 19, I knew bare bones how to work the program. I didn't know any fancy or very specific skills or anything, but I knew how to record a song.
Yeah.
And then from 19 to 22, that's when I was like, okay. I mean, I was 22, 23 when I recorded Runaway, my song Runaway.
So how old are you now?
So I'm 27.
Okay.
And so when I got to 22, 23, that's when I was like, okay, I'm pretty good at production. Okay, like I'm going to pat myself on the back. And then when I got to 24, 25, 26, that's when my music writing skills came in. I had already had pretty good production, and then my lyrics started coming in. My everything that makes a song, other than a computer, started coming in.
So what do you think was that like thing that clicked in your brain for songwriting, like with the lyrics? Like what was it that was like? I know that can be a vulnerable thing to talk about, just because like now I say this, everybody's gonna see it. But I'm just wondering, like
What made
what made the lyrics just click in your head?
when I started getting good at songwriting, or
Yeah.
just okay, what made things click?
Like what leveled it up?
Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, that show in Chicago. I'd honestly quit music back in early 2024, you know, because I had come back from LA, a failure, and
First time.
the first time, LA the first time. And I just quit on music. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not passionate. I'm like pretty depressed. I have no job. I came back to move in with my parents, and I'm like 25, gonna be 26. But then Zach dragged me to a show in Chicago, and that just changed. I remember going home. I remember seeing them play. It was like North by North.
Yeah.
But then there was also
North
a band called
Coast.
North Coast.
Yeah.
There wasn't Northwest, was there?
Midwest Dirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. I honestly owe it to all of them, because I remember seeing them play and thinking, I want to do that. I want to do that. Like
That was a great show.
it was a great show, and honestly, like, thank you, Chi-Town. You know what I mean? Like,
Chi-Town,
and
seriously.
man, if it wasn't for that day, I honestly probably wouldn't be making music again. But yeah, that show is when, dude, I wrote Palm Springs a month after that.
Okay.
You know, and
Is that coming out this year?
oh, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm excited for that to be out there. I can't wait to start. I listen to it like pretty regularly as
Thank
is. I
you,
can't
man.
wait to start giving you streams for it. So
Yeah, that's what changed everything for me. Was that show in Chicago? What was it, like June or July of
I think
24?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it sparked something in me that I can't explain, and then I started to be able to write songs better, a lot better than I was before.
So, like, in terms of like lyrical, so it was just seeing other bands do it, and like you just like getting that fire and like pushing yourself harder, or was it like you saw something that they were doing that you hadn't figured out yet?
It lit the match. It was a
Okay.
fire. It
So
was a
you
fire.
you just started running then.
Yeah, because even when I was living in LA, I didn't finish anything. I jammed a lot with some friends. I didn't write anything. I had the worst writer's block. It was so
That's
bad.
so
I
ironic.
was like,
And Palm Springs is about that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. It was
So,
about that era of my life. Yeah.
Which is so ironic because that's such a great song. And so you're like, I wrote about this time when I just had terrible. That's really cool.
Yeah, and so like when when I got that fire back, that's when I was unable to unlock my ability to write about the stuff that I was going through. So my song was about a girl that I was talking to at the time in LA the first time, you know. So
And so you went to LA, you came back from LA, gave up on music, got back into music harder than ever, went back to LA, and now you're back home, well, here in the Quad Cities.
yep,
'Cause that's where we are right now, in the Quad Cities.
yep. And surrounding areas.
Surrounding areas. I guess, why did you choose LA at the first time? And then what made you be like, that I need to go back there?
Man, honestly, I had a little staycation to LA in early 2020, literally as COVID was about to happen. And this is like late January, early February. I had like a staycation. So I was there for like 2 weeks just visiting LA. Man, I just felt it in my soul. I wanted to be there. I wanted to live there. I wanted to take everything that came with it. The smell, the homeless people, the everything. The
Don't
long
list,
commutes.
don't list like the two things about LA that most people are like, ah.
And see, I saw that and I was like, I was looking through the glass, you know?
I found my people.
Yeah, I found my people. I was like,
He's not talking about the sunshine. He's not talking about the perfect weather or
I just knew
the beautiful
yeah.
people and all the great food. He's like, no,
The ocean.
homeless
The
people
ocean, literally.
and the smells.
And see, the reason why I mention that is because all the good things are a given. But if you can go to a city and see everything bad with it and still love it,
Yeah,
that's when you're like, that's when you get the feeling that you're like, I belong here. You know, like I belong here. And that was my first time visiting LA. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get here. I don't know when, but I want to get here.
And what year was that?
2020.
Okay.
And then COVID hit.
Nice.
Literally 2-3 weeks after I got home. Because I was in LA for like 2 weeks. It might have been 3 weeks. And then COVID hit a few weeks after I got home. So of course, even if I wanted to move to LA,
Would have been the worst.
I wasn't. Yeah, that would have been the worst time.
Right.
So when I actually made it out to LA was 3.5 years later, in August 2023. Yeah.
Right as stuff started dying down pretty much.
Yeah, literally. At that point, life was normal again.
Yeah.
At that point. Because even mid 2022, people were still wearing masks and
Yeah.
people were talking about it in general. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
kind of all blends together from like 2020, 2021, 2022, leading into 2023. It's just all one.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
blends together.
One
It's-
It's a fever dream,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then you ended up going back to LA.
Yeah.
So you moved there, you come home, and then you said, I'm going back.
Yeah. Okay, so Okay, so the first time I went to LA, right? It was I partied a lot. I
Moving
drank
there.
it.
First time you moved.
I drank a lot. Yeah, the first time in LA. August, September. So I was there August, September, October, November, December, January, February. And so there was a bunch of partying, and I was basically at a what I would consider to be like a frat sorority house. It was a hostel, but it was all young people. Like just about everybody was under 25, and I was about to turn 25, and everybody was going to SMC, Santa Monica College, which was down the street. And I would give them rides, sometimes because sometimes they didn't want to take the bus. I'm like, hey, Brandon, can you give me a ride to school? I'm like, okay, you guys are my kids, basically. And
Did you have your truck?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir. And I drank a lot, and maybe that's why I had writer's block. But I drink a lot now, and I can write a song in 4 minutes. Okay, you just gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with drinking.
You gotta be consistent.
You gotta be consistent. Exposure therapy is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And so, long story short, I meet a girl within a month of moving to LA. Her name was Mia.
Shout out Mia.
Shout out Mia. Shout out.
Sorry.
Shout out Mia.
We're gonna cut this out.
Shout out Mia.
No, we're not.
She was. I liked her. The first time I saw her, I was like, okay, damn, like she's cute. I want to get to know her. We started hanging out. Started spending the night. I was honestly kind of living at her place at this point. Maybe like 4 or 5 nights of the week, I was just staying over at her place. I don't even know why I was even paying rent at the hostel.
Yeah.
Should have just been like, like, let me move in. Like I'm already here, living here. And it was a situationship. She didn't want to date me. She liked one of my friends. His name was Antonio. He was a cool guy. Antonio was a cool guy. He was a Brazilian. He is a cool guy. He's well, the reason why she liked him is they were clones of each other. They were both film majors. They both smoked a pack a day. They both really didn't drink that much. And he was like, okay, so he was Brazilian, but he looks like he's from Port Byron, bro. Port Byron, bro. He's pale. He had blue eyes. He got a beard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. He's
Blue-eyed
He's white, bro.
Brazilians.
He's white. He's a white Brazilian. But I mean Brazilian. Like, just came off the boat Brazilian. Like he was here. He was here to study as a foreign student, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had a visa to study, a student visa.
So what you're saying is he came here from Brazil on a boat and got off the Rock River in Port Byron.
Yes,
What you're
sir.
saying.
And then he ended up at LA. he spoke with an accent, so
That or he's a very creative Port Byrian.
Port Byron.
Port Byronite who made his way
Probably
out.
could just say Port Byron. he's a Port Byron.
He's a Port Byron. He made his way out to LA and just made up this whole Brazilian story for clout.
Then he took my girl.
Yeah.
She was never my girl.
It's okay.
But she was lovely. We stopped talking, and then so I can only work with a work permit because I was born in Mexico. Shout out Mexico.
Shout out.
Now-
Shout out. He said no.
Wait, are you legal?
I plead the fifth. But no, I am not legal. Okay.
Okay.
I am not legal. Okay?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm lit. This right here.
I hear him
only,
coming.
You can only get this if you're born in Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. They say it's a vaccine, but I don't know what freaking vaccine makes
Yeah.
that mark.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
My
they-
dad has it. My mom has it. My cousins have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I really don't know what it is, but yeah, you get it. Well, you don't get it here, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
I was born in Morelia, Michoacan, where a lot of bad stuff happens. Well, not Morelia, because I was born in the city, but that state, Michoacan, that's where like all the cartel heads are You know, that's the Harvard of,
Okay,
you know,
the Harvard.
of the cartel. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Wow. I did not know that.
And so I had to move back from LA, back with my parents because
The work visa.
yeah, because I have a work permit, and it was about to expire literally within. Okay, so I moved back March 3rd. It was gonna expire March 15th. Yeah, it was gonna expire March 15th, and then I was just like, I effed up. I didn't renew it in time.
Right, because you had told me like early. You shared that with me that renewing it was not as hard the first time as it was this time.
Every time I renewed it, I had it in the mail within like 10 to 15 days. This time, it took like 4 months.
Yeah.
And so I renewed it in January of 2024, thinking like, I'll be able to stay in LA. I'll get it in the mail in a few weeks. And then by the time I was 10 days out from it expiring, I was like, well, I don't want to be stuck out here with little to no money, no way to work, no work visa, no valid driver's license, because they set it up so that my driver's license expires the day my work permit expires.
Okay.
And I'm like, I got to get home. I got to get home ASAP.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, on my soul, God knows this, I already kind of wanted to go back home after me and that girl stopped talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's why I had to go back home, was because my work permit was about to expire. And, I mean, I had no other choice, you know.
Right.
If I had like 30, 40 grand in the bank, I'd just sit there, wait for my work permit. Hey, you guys can take forever. I don't care. I got the money. I did not have that, you know. I only had a few grand, and that would have probably paid for like a month or two of expenses in LA.
Right.
But I wasn't going to take that risk.
Yeah.
I was just going to go back home with my parents.
So you had it set up to go back to the Moline address, or did you have to have somebody send it to you from California?
It was supposed to go out to the Moline address.
Okay, gotcha.
And then my
that's
parents were supposed to just ship it out to me.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
Because,
Saves a lot of headache.
yeah, it did save a lot of headache because I always wanted to get out of that hospital. I was there for a few months. But I never knew when I was going to move out to somewhere else to just live somewhere else in LA.
Yeah.
So I didn't put the hospital's address on my work permit form
That's good.
because I was just thinking I was going to move
Before.
before it even got there. So,
Got you.
yeah. I mean, it was cool. Everybody was young and everybody drank and partied a lot. And, man, it was nice. That was my college experience. I never
Literally.
had the college experience. That was my college experience, you know.
Literally, yeah.
But I wasn't in college.
Did it without the debt.
Yes, sir.
Dave Ramsey approved method.
Yeah. Literally.
And yeah, I mean, I got home. So I got home March 8th of 2024. Super bummed out. Filled out of LA. I have no work permit. I can't find a job. I barely have any money. I'm 25, gonna live with my parents.
Can't get a job because.
Yeah, I can't get a job. I still miss this girl a lot at the time. And and man, nothing really got done. I finished Palm Springs. I finished my song Paris. I finished my song. Well, it's another friend Zach's song, and I just covered it. I finished like 4 or 5 songs that year.
Okay.
I was pretty bummed out all year. And then I ended up finding a job at Love Truck Stop in December of 2024. And then after I worked there for 5 months, saved up some money, I honestly kind of figured, like, forget this job, man. I was getting paid $17 to change
Semi-time.
semi-tires on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
And I liked my job. I actually
tough job.
enjoyed my job. But risking my life on the side of the highway for $17 is a
Right.
no-go. I can't do it.
Yeah,
Not for
that's
$17.
That's dangerous.
I liked my job too, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like a man, like coming back home covered in grease and oil and smelling like
Yeah.
tires. I was like, for real, man.
Yeah.
I was asking every girl on the date, man. I really felt super masculine. Them and their mom, man. And so that then when I quit that job, I was like, okay. Part two, okay. Part two, LA. Part two. Let's go. We got more money. I'm more responsible. I wasn't drinking at the time. I have a decent catalog of songs that I finished. I was pretty starry-eyed. Honestly, I was very starry-eyed.
And you made it back out there, and you
Yeah.
you did play a few different times. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, I played a few open mics and I jammed a lot just on the corner of so in Westwood there's a Chick-fil-A and I jammed a lot on that corner of the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I just stood out there with a guitar and singing and playing.
Yeah.
Did that quite a bit.
Like busking.
No expectation. No, I wasn't even busking. I was just playing. I just stood up there, guitar strap. Man, I
How was
just
the
wanted
response for
people. It was good. I mean, you succeeded if you don't have people telling you to shut up.
Yeah, that's
You know, because if they ignore you, that means you're wallflower and you're good enough for them to not be displeased.
Right.
You know. And then also I had people tell me like, "Hey, you sound super good." So I'm like, you know, I didn't have anybody tell me I sounded bad.
Right.
But that's fine enough for me,
Yeah.
man. I have such a low expectation of people's response to my music because I know I'm not Bruno Mars. I know I can't sing like Haley Reinhart. I just like doing what I do, and as long as I'm passable, honestly, man, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're also super creative though. Like that's not to be missed.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. You were out there in like how long was your second stay?
It was okay. So mid-May. Okay, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It was 8 months. Yeah, it was 8 months. I was out in LA for 8 months.
Okay. And you
And-
had your own place by the end of it
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
because you got another job while you were there.
So I had the same job from my first time in LA.
Oh.
I called them up and they're like, "Yeah, we just had a guy quit. If you can start." You know, the funny thing is, I started working in LA the second time I was in LA before I even found a place to stay. I was sleeping in my car, but I had a job.
Where did you work? Maybe you already said it.
Ocean View Hotel in Santa Monica.
Okay.
So it's there on Ocean Drive, 2 blocks away from the pier. Man, it was a beautiful spot. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful spot.
Two blocks from the pier.
Yeah.
Same pier.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Man. But I did everything right this time. I was saving a lot of money. I got paid more than I did last time because I guess the minimum wage for hotel workers in the LA County it's supposed to go up every year. So I was staying when I found a place. I was staying in a studio apartment with 4 other guys. $400, and I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, $400. Man, I was stacking dough because like I had no bills, man. Like my parents paid my insurance. I just paid my gas, my food. That's it, and rent $400. Dude, $400 in LA. Dude, I was living in Brentwood, bro. And Brentwood is, man. Brentwood is so beautiful.
I don't know enough about LA to know what Brentwood is.
Brentwood is Bettendorf.
Okay.
Yeah, Brentwood is Bettendorf, bro.
Bettendorf of LA.
Yes, sir, man.
That's fire.
It was, and then we got kicked out
Yeah.
because the leaseholder found out. And
That was-
I guess you can't stuff 9 people in a studio apartment. No, it was only like 4 or 5, but yeah.
So what, did you just have like a little sliver on
Yeah,
the floor with like a
literally.
little
So-
blow-up mattress or something?
Yeah, so for example, like this is the living area. It was bigger than this, but I literally had a blow-up mattress. And my friend had a mattress next to me. His name is Alex. Shout out Alex.
Yeah.
We had a 60-year-old sleeping in the corner.
Just all the time. He was just
Yeah.
always there in the corner.
Man.
Always asleep.
Man. Shout out Mo.
No.
Shout out Mo. And then we had another 60-year-old just sleeping in the kitchen, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the dude came and went. He used it as a spot. He paid rent there. And he just came whenever he wanted, whenever he needed a place to stay, because he traveled a lot for work.
Okay.
And so he would pop in sometimes, but you would never really see him. But he had a bed there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had to respect that. And I finished one song. I
That's
couldn't finish
amazing.
anything more because
Yeah.
somebody was always home.
Mm-hmm.
If this dude wasn't working, this dude was.
Right.
If this dude wasn't working, that guy was. So a lot of noise in the house. I finished one song. It's called 17th Street. I wrote it about Mia, the girl from
The first.
the first time in LA. And it's a cool song. I like it. Not my best work, but I got it done, and it will be out this year. Hopefully. No, it will. It absolutely will.
Cool.
And then when we got kicked out, I had a few days, literally like 4 or 5 days to find a new place. I found a new place, sent the deposit, I moved in. Man, I literally kissed the ground.
Yeah.
When I moved in, I
yourself,
kissed
yeah.
the ground. And
Because it wasn't covered in blow-up mattresses. And the
Dead
guys in
ass?
the corner.
Yeah.
You had room.
I had a
There was ground to kiss.
barely, honestly, because I had a California king, bro. I had the guy that lived there before me. He left his bed. Huge, dude.
You could have rented out
So
2/3 of
big.
your bed, and you would have had more room than your previous
No,
place.
legitimately. Yep. Man, that bed was awesome, man. I just laying there, just so much
Here's a
space,
thumbnail.
dude. Like literally so much space. And then things went bad very quick. So, long story short, I've had OCD, I guess technically all my life. I was just, it was never really bad. I never even knew that I had it. And that's because it was never really that bad. And then late 2018, I had a nervous breakdown. And that's when I started having really bad OCD symptoms. So, my OCD was pretty bad from when I first started really having it up until 2022. And then from 2022 to 2025, mid-2025, up to when I got kicked out, it started being decent. Okay, from like 2022 to freaking 2025, mid-2025, it was okay. Yeah, it was manageable. It's, it was whatever. And then when I think it was because I moved in and I was living alone for the first time.
You were like overly-
slowly, I just
yeah.
felt the temperature just rise in my head, like slowly. You know that meme of the dog sitting in the burning bar, and he's like, everything's
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
everything's
This is
fine.
fine.
This is fine. I was like, okay, it'll pass. And then mid-November is when it got pretty bad, and then I was having sleeping problems. I had like 2 nights where I didn't sleep, and then I sleep for 3 nights, not sleep for another night, and then it was just very random. And I've never had sleeping problems. I've always been the person that I can sleep, on a pillow of concrete.
Yep.
And so mid-December, that's when it just got unbearable. And I stayed up for 3 nights in a row. Literally 3 nights in a row. And I got out of bed.
Sleep.
0 sleep. I got out of bed. I didn't sleep that night. I just got out of bed when it hit like 8 or 9 in the morning. And I called my parents. I'm like, I'm coming back home. I can't do this. They didn't know I was like super sick. And man, the bad thing about living alone for me was that if I wasn't talking to my coworkers, I would go home and talk to nobody. I had friends, but I would kind of make excuses not to hang out with them because I'm like, oh, I'm sick. Or like, I had well, I was sick, just not
Right.
and like physically.
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard a lot of people actually kind of go through that, especially like if they're like not used to living by themselves, and then suddenly they're just like in like in solitude. It can like
And that was a big change going from
That was a big change.
from six
Yeah.
people in a studio apartment
Talk about
to
stimulation
by yourself.
shock.
Literally. And the bad thing is I had literally all my music gear there at my spot. But because I was so mentally out of it, I didn't do anything. I wrote a few riffs. I wrote a lot of lines, but I didn't write any full songs. They're pretty cool songs though. I will say that. I really do like these songs that I will finish, of course, like this year. But yeah, I mean, it was sad because I finally have everything.
Right.
My own spot. I can record whenever I want. I can do whatever I want.
Something you've been working towards since
Literally.
allegedly in 2020.
Right?
Yeah. Technically 2020, and then my brain,
Just said no.
just sharded, and it's like, nah, fam, I'm a head out.
Yeah, I'm a head out.
Yeah, and then that was mid-December when I put my 2 weeks in at my job, and I told him like mentally, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I literally can't do this. And called my parents, told them I'm coming home. 2 weeks later, packed my stuff, and I drove back here.
Wow.
Yeah. So people ask me, several people have asked me, like, are you ever going to go back to LA? And I just told them, really no. Not under these circumstances. It's pretty embarrassing to fail twice, and then for the third time be like, hey guys, I'm moving back to LA. It's like, look, man, I'm just cut it there. And what I tell people is no, unless I'm making a music by then. So the goal is to stay in the Quad Cities and making a music by then, make a living off music,
People do it.
and be able to pay rent there
Right.
and go there whenever I want. But still obviously have a place to stay at my parents'. So have it be my job, have music be my job. Of course, make a living from it. Live in LA, come back to visit whenever I want to, as long as I want to. And that's the only way I'll ever move back to LA, is if
Yeah.
I have already made the music by then.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what, you've spent over 12 months there now?
Yeah.
So, like, what would you say, like, the differences between, like, visiting and living there are?
Ooh, okay, so visiting it, you will love it in a honeymoon phase type of way. Living there, you will actually learn whether you love it or not, whether you love the city or not. Because who doesn't want to go to vacation to LA? I mean, come on. You guys see Beverly Hills, Hollywood. Man, LA is the best and worst place in the world, right? And so when you visit there, you get to see the best. But when you live there, you get to see the worst. And it's the people that really love the city that stay there. Of course, if I didn't get wrecked by my OCD for those few months, I would have stayed there. I had no reason to come back.
Right.
I loved it, man. And the difference is the honeymoon phase, man. Like, everybody can go out there and be like, this is awesome. But have them spend 3 months there, they're probably like, I'm sick and tired of this place.
Yeah.
And then there would be people that would be like, no, man, like, this is dope, you know? Like, and those people really love the city. You know?
Right.
And that's honestly me. That's me in Chicago. I've never been too fond of Chicago. I will say that. I like visiting, right? Of course, but I wouldn't really want to live in Chicago. That's it. That's all I got to say about Chicago, man.
So-
You know, shout out
enough,
Chicago.
fair enough.
Bro,
Shout out Chi-Town.
So I just want to back it up about 40 minutes ago when he said, "Thank you, Chicago. I owe you everything."
That's why I said shout out Chi-Town again right now.
Shout out Chicago, but I don't want none.
Hey, man.
He said I took the bag and ran.
I got what I needed. I'm done.
Wow. Well, we're hitting an hour here, so we're probably gonna have to call it. But I mean, I'd love to have you back on here. I mean, because you do have, you have a lot more stories too. This was great. I feel like this was like a great like introduction to like who you are and what you've been through the last couple of years. But I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
like, I'd love to get into more about like Mexico. Like, when did you like just like to preview that? I guess I don't want to start
Okay.
another whole segment, but when did you come to America? How old were you?
I came to America when I was I think 14 months old.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, 14
Yeah, so-
months.
You told me you were 12 years old.
I thought it was like 13.
I might have said
years.
12 months. I don't know why I would say 12 months. Maybe I did. I don't know who's done, me or Zach.
It's probably
who did it the wrong way.
the object
But,
never zero.
Yeah, I was a year old.
Okay,
So QC and raised, you know.
got you.
Not born and raised, but raised. My
Yeah.
whole life QC.
Okay.
You know, I love the QC. Shout out QC.
Shout out QC. And then you're also Catholic.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And that is that still playing a role in your life too, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do need to do a better job though.
Well, everybody
Absolutely.
does. It's just a. This is probably bad theology too. Shout out Jonathan. But I always say, like, you know, the faith is it offers us a lot of tools to navigate life. You know, it's like we're adults. Nobody's making you do anything. It's all up to you to choose to do what you will with what's given. You know, but it's one of those beautiful things too, where it's like, however deep you need to go, you can.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know. So, but yeah, let's definitely talk about that more because I'd love to hear about that. We're gonna call it for today, but yeah, this has been fun. This has been cool.
Yeah, it was great having you on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look forward to hearing from you again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caleb. And what's your name again?
He's the guy from Santa Monica.
Oh,
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
I don't actually live here. It's all a plot.
Yeah, we established he's a clone last episode.
Yeah,
We don't
I'm a
even know.
clone from Santa Monica. I still live there. Can you imagine how crazy that would be?
I would believe it.
I would too at this point. But thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Remember, we're about 13 subscribers short of somebody doing something cool. So we're gonna leave it at that, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Yep. Take care.